I'm 26, a software engineer. My brain likes logic. If this, then that. It's clean. For 2 years, my life with my now ex was my main operating system. It was comfortable, predictable. We talked about the future, houses, all of it. Then one evening, she had me drive to the park where we had our first date, just to hit me with the classic, "I think we should just be friends." She had a whole speech ready to go. Finding herself, not holding me back, still caring about me, the works. It was a pre-packaged breakup experience. I was supposed to be crushed, maybe beg a little. I just kind of processed it, ran the variables, and came to the only logical conclusion. "Perfect," I said. You would have thought I'd just insulted her entire family. Her jaw went slack. This wasn't in the script. "Perfect," she stammered. "Yeah," I said, starting the car. "Friends. Sounds good." The drive back to her place was dead silent. I dropped her off with a quick, awkward side hug, the kind you give a coworker on their last day. "Talk to you later, friend." Then I just left. The new friendship protocol was effective immediately. A few hours later, my phone buzzes. It's a novel from her about how sad and conflicted she is. I'm out with my actual friends, so I just text back, "That sucks. Hope you feel better." The next day, she calls me crying because her boss was a jerk. The old me would have spent an hour being her therapist. The new me said, "Wow, that's rough. Hey, I gotta jump on a work call. Catch you later." This became the pattern. She wanted favors, late-night emotional dumps, the intimacy of a relationship without any commitment. She wanted a boyfriend on retainer. I gave her what I give my other friends, occasional chats, zero emotional labor, and firm boundaries. Her texts started getting annoyed. "You're being so cold. It's like you don't even care." My response was always the same. "I'm treating you like a friend. This is how I treat my friends." About a month into this, her best friend, 25F, texted me. She was always a cool one, super down to earth. She was just checking in, making sure I was okay. It was the first time anyone from her circle seemed to consider I might be having a tough time. 2. We started talking just as friends. It was so easy. We had a ton in common that my ex and I never did. We started hanging out, first with other people, then just us. We were at a trivia night one evening, laughing our heads off, and it just hit me that I was genuinely happy again. My ex, of course, found out. I got this long, rambling voicemail accusing me of dating her best friend just to make her jealous. I ignored it. A week later, I came home to find my front door unlocked. My heart jumped into my throat. I walked through my apartment and nothing seemed stolen, but on my pillow was one of her old sweaters. She still had an emergency key I'd completely forgotten about. It wasn't a mistake. It was a message. A creepy, territorial message that she could still get into my private space. That night, I installed a new smart lock. The next day, I asked her best friend on a real date. She said yes, but we agreed to keep it quiet for a bit. We were about a month into dating when things went nuclear. I've been working on a passion project for over a year, a productivity app. It's my baby. I was dumb enough to tell my ex all about it when we were together. One night, a friend sent me a link. "Dude, what is this?" I opened it. It was a cheap, ugly knockoff version of my app. The name was different, but the core idea, the unique features, all stolen. I knew instantly she was behind it. She was trying to kneecap my project before I could even launch. 2 days after that, I get a call from a police detective. My ex had filed a harassment report against me. She told him my coldness was psychological abuse and that I was dating her best friend to torment her. She twisted every single interaction we'd had into some kind of stalking campaign. Then came the real kicker. She claimed the app was her idea and that I had stolen her intellectual property. I had to lawyer up. My lawyer said her case was flimsy, a classic abuse of the system, but that she was trying to bleed me dry with legal fees and stress. She couldn't have me, so she was going to try and burn down everything I was building. The sheer entitlement was breathtaking. That night, it all clicked into place. The unlocked door, the sweater. She hadn't just been there to play mind games. I remember my living room security camera, the one she helped me pick out. It saves motion-activated clips to the cloud. I logged in, scrolled back to that day, and there it was. The video was damning. It showed her letting herself in with her key. She didn't just drop off a sweater. She went straight to my home office, sat at my desk, and started going through my notebooks. My app design feature lists architecture notes. It was all there. The video clearly showed her taking pictures of my notes with her phone. This wasn't sad X. This was a thief gathering intel. I sent the footage straight to my lawyer. His email back was short. We're on offense now. First, we handled the cops. We showed the detective the video. You could see his entire opinion of the case change in real time. The harassment claim was dropped, and he mentioned that filing a false police report is a crime. Next, my lawyer sent a cease and desist letter to my ex and the guy who was building her knockoff app. It laid out the evidence of her trespassing and IP theft and threatened a massive civil suit for damages. Finally, I dealt with the social damage. I got our closest mutual friends together. My new girlfriend came with me. I told them everything. Then I played the video on my tablet. I didn't have to say a word. I watched their faces go from confused to shocked to angry on my behalf. The lies she'd been spreading about me being an obsessive stalker just evaporated. Her entire support system ghosted her overnight, backed into a corner legally and socially. She showed up at my door. She was a total wreck, begging and crying. I'm sorry, I was just hurt. I didn't let her inside. You weren't hurt. You were calculating. I told her. You trespassed. You tried to steal from me, and you lied to the police. We're done talking. My girlfriend stood right next to me. My ex spun on her, yelling, "This is your fault, you backstabber." My girlfriend was completely calm. "No," she said. "I just refuse to help you tear him down." That's when my ex completely fell apart, and in her desperate, sobbing rant, the truth came out. I never should have listened to my mother. She said you weren't ambitious enough. She told me to keep you on the back burner in case my other options fell through. It wasn't even her own plan. She was following a script from her mom to keep me as her safety net. I just stared at her. Any tiny bit of feeling I had left for her just vanished. I told her to leave, that my lawyer would be in touch, and that, yes, I was pressing charges for the trespassing. Actions have consequences. I closed the door on her for the last time. She ended up taking a plea deal for the trespassing to avoid a worse outcome, which left her with a criminal record. The civil suit was settled out of court, and I guarantee it cost her a painful amount of money. Her knockoff app vanished. She's a ghost in our social circle now. It was an ugly, stressful mess, but on the other side of it, I found a real relationship built on trust, and I learned the true meaning of setting boundaries. So that's my Let's Just Be Friends story. If you want to know if the real app made it to launch, you know what to do. They say success is the best revenge. I think a successful app launch is a pretty close second.